Hey guys, my name's Ben Howard, and today we're right here at Wofford College. Check out the brand new Innova Alien. I knew I was going to have to get a hold of this disc as soon as I could because, as y'all know, one of my favorite discs is Halo Sonic. And let me see if I can show you. They have basically the same flight plate, the same grooves, and the same like weird dome where it's like bumps like right up in the middle, and then it's flat for the rest of the flight plate. But as you can tell, the Alien's got more of a mid-range type rim to it. It's very comfortable, forehand, backhand, power grip, fan grip, however you want to throw it. Feels great, and it's surprisingly overstable. I thought this was going to kind of be like a straight to slightly understable mid-range, kind of like the Sonic is. I know the flight. I think the flight numbers are like 4201, and from my experience with it, I would say it's got a little bit more glide than that and a little bit more overstability than that. But let's go ahead and go test it out. All right, guys, so we're on hole one. This is a par three, about 150 feet, just dead straight ahead. On this one, I'm just going to take the Alien, throw it on the fan grip, just try and throw it out to the right, let it fade into the basket. Ooh, sit. Oh, gosh. I thrown it a little bit higher, that might have gone in, but I got a little bit of a skip, but I think I'm inside like 20 feet. We got a little bit more of a skip than I would have thought, but I don't know if you can tell, but the ground around the basket's pretty hard packed dirt, so not too surprised you got this big of a skip off that. So let's go and make a putt. Oh, man. Go. All right, so for hole two, this is a par four. I think it's like 350 feet, but it's basically up on top of this hill, tucked off to the left a little bit. So I'm just going to try and see how far I can get the Alien up the hill. I should be able to get myself within 100 feet of the basket pretty easily. I just got to make sure I give this the right amount of height. I'll have to give it a little bit of anhyzer just to make sure that it pushes straight and I don't fade out too early. Oh, too much anhyzer. Okay, so even though I turned it over a little too much, you can see we're still probably 120 feet from the basket. I'm gonna try a little chip forehand with it. Just gotta be careful because this can kind of flip up on me a little bit on a forehand. Let's give it a shot. That was good. I just kind of early released it and just threw it straight at the basket. You should have a putt from there though. Ooh, almost. All right, guys, so we're on hole three. This is a par three, about 180 to 200 feet just straight ahead, slightly uphill. Got a little bit of a low ceiling, so I really just got to drive this straight at the basket. Just going to try and throw this flat on a power grip, see what we get. There we go. All right, guys, so we're on hole four. This is a par three. I think it's like 350 feet, just straight ahead. A little uphill, so not going to be able to get to it with this disc. But we'll see how close we can get. Turned it over a little bit out of my hand, but I fought back out of it. Hopefully y'all could see that, but probably, we might be inside a circle too. So I think I was thinking about a different hole when I said this one was 350. I think it's the next hole that's 350. And I think this one's like right in the 300 foot range. Because I've got maybe like a 50 footer for my birdie. So let's go ahead and knock it in. Come on. Oh, almost. All right, guys, we're on hole five. This is a par four, 350 feet. On tee shot, really just got to decide which gap you want to go through. The basket's just straight ahead, so really just kind of depends on the shot shape you want to throw. I'm going to try throwing this on anhyzer through the left gap, try and get it to bend right, flatten out, and push straight. Oh, I slipped. Good grief. Okay, I don't know where that went, but we'll see. I don't know how it didn't go out of bounds. About that much of my disc was hanging off over the concrete, so got really lucky on that. But we've got maybe 120 feet left, so let's go ahead and get up and down. Try it on a fan grip, just throw out a little bit of hyzer out to the right. There we go. All right, guys, so we're on hole 6. This is a par 3, I think about 220 feet. We're not going to the basket right. We're going to the basket just left side of this tree. Only thing to worry about, I guess, road off to the left is out of bounds. I'm just going to try and throw this out to the right, a little bit of hyzer, see if I can get the finish back towards the basket without going too far. That's wider than I meant for it to be, but that should be really good. Oh yeah, let's go. All right, guys, so we're on hole 7. This is a par 4, about 600 feet. It's obviously not the one straight in front of us. It's tucked off to the left, up the hill. It might not be 600 feet, but it plays like 600 feet, I would say. So we're gonna try something a little different on this hole. I brought my Trust, which is my kind of overstable mid-range, and my Luna, which is my main throwing putter. I'm gonna throw all 3 of them, and the biggest thing I'm looking for is just to see the distance difference between all 3 of them and see if the alien is actually landing between them or if it's closer to the mid-range or it's closer to the putter. Or just see what happens. So I'll throw the putter first. Early released it a little bit, but that's about what I would expect out of the Luna. Just pushing straight and kind of fading out a little bit near the end. Now for the alien, that's much better. I feel like that's a little bit farther. I'd be curious to see if it's any farther at all, though. And then for the Trust. It came out on some hyzer, but it still went farther than the alien. So let me get up there. We'll see what we got. All right, guys. So I'm standing over here with the alien landed. I'm surprised to see the alien was 25 feet long of the Luna and 15 to 20 feet short of the Trust. And main reason that's surprising is because these 2 are my answer for that. I don't want to throw a putter and I don't really want to throw a mid-range because I can throw this. This is probably my least glidey mid-range aside from like the Mutant or something like that. And the Luna is my farthest flying putter. And a lot of times I could get something in that range where like I don't feel comfortable throwing either a mid-range or a putter, but I was still having to adjust it where I'm having to throw the Luna a little bit harder than I would my throwing putters, and I'm having to throw the Trust still fairly soft. So the fact that I can throw the alien just my normal 80 to 85% and have it land between the 2 is really, really nice to know. Get there. Go. Go. Okay. A little short, but should be able to get up and down pretty easy from a par. Okay, so I forgot that the basket's on kind of like a hill, and it makes the depth perception on this one really hard. So I'm actually like 20 feet. So let's go and get a birdie. There we go. All right, guys, we're on hole 8. This is a par 3, right in that 200-foot range. You can kind of see the basket just poking out a little bit on the left side of this tree straight in front of us. So it's a little bit downhill, so I'm going to try to fan grip the alien, just throw it out to the right and let it fade into the basket. Put it on a little bit of anhyzer. Fight out of it. Fight. Dang it. Oh, and that wind got under it. Dadgummit. There we go. All right, guys, so we're on hole 9, the final hole of the video. Got a par 3, 240 feet, just dead straight ahead. We've actually got a nice headwind coming in, so I'm just going to throw this hard out to the right, flat, and just see how well it holds up in that headwind. Typically, this thing's been acting a little more overstable, but today it's been acting kind of straight. So I really just want to see if it's just something I'm doing or if it's like, I don't know, maybe I'm throwing it a little bit harder because I trust it more now, something like that. But let's see how it acts. Yeah, it flipped out of my hand. But yeah, it came out. Oh man, yeah. That might have just been that headwind that time because you could see it flipped, but then it flattened out and pushed. It got actually pretty far down there, probably a little bit farther than the basket. So, all right, so I ended up hitting high, but got a long putt. Go ahead and make it. Ah, no height. Ugh, gross. All right, guys, to finish up around out here, Wofford. I gotta say, I'm really happy with how the Alien turned out today. It's a really fun disc, really unique. Uh, Best way I could really describe this is like a mid-range disguised as a putter. It gives me a lot more right to left movement or left to right movement or whatever kind of movement I need, but it's only going to go about as far as my throwing putters, as you can kind of see on hole 7, where like it's, like I said, it's right in between a throwing putter and a mid-range, and there's not many discs like it. I would say this actually might be a true 4-speed disc, where this is almost more of like an approach disc, I guess you could call it. And like you could kind of tell because I was able to throw it on fan grip, make it act more overstable, and get it to kind of do a lot more stuff than you would be able to get out of a throwing putter a lot of times. But it's, like I said, it's not a mid-range. It's not going to go as far as a mid-range, and you're going to be able to get it to kind of stick near the basket a little bit easier. Definitely going to be something I'm going to be throwing in the bag. Might not be in the bag all the time. I might take it out every once in a while if there's like holes where I might not need it, but it's definitely going to be in my bag like 90% of the time. So definitely something I would recommend to a lot of people if you're struggling with that, like throwing putter, mid-range gap. And this is a pretty good beginner disc, even though it's very unique feeling. And biggest thing I would say though is this is a very good disc if you have smaller hands, because it's a very small rim, and like I have fairly big hands and it's almost too small for me. So I definitely could see somebody with smaller hands really getting a lot of good use out of this disc. I'm definitely gonna have to make more videos with this, like maybe something like a Alien and the Sonic only round or something like that. And let me know if there are any other discs you want me to do like reviews like this with, where I just kind of take it and play one disc only round with them. But yeah, thank y'all so much for watching. Have a good one.